Don't forget to click like and subscribe to the Heavy Underground. The power of the skull compels you. In the waning days of freedom and liberty, the meditative drone masters Ohm embarked on a tour of the United States with long-running Gothic cowboys woven hand in tow, accomplishing a little more than half of the trek before the Chinese plague of coronavirus swept the world into a dark age of home confinement, economic destruction, and the end of social interaction as we know it. One of their final shows before the lockdown was in the steel city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. On March 8, 2020, the low-end doom maestro Al Cisneros, joined by Emil Amos on drums and Tyler Trotter on an assortment of instruments, arrived at Spirit Hall to shake the foundations of Lawrenceville to the core with an introspective set of incorporeal heaviness. With a long line awaiting entry into the venue, the low rumble of opener Woven Hand emanates from inside as the crowd slowly enters the building. Arriving inside for the second or third song, Woven Hand's sparse and eclectic striations already have the growing crowd in rapt attention. Formed in 2001 by the wide-ranging musical mind of David Eugene Edwards, Woven Hand embraces an all-encompassing view of American music, traversing country, folk, gothic, and alternative with a heavy intensity. Brother Edwards is joined only by Orty Garrison on drums in an intense powered duo for this tour. Dripping with shamanic goth intonations, Woven Hand slowly pulls the crowd forward with their engrossing presentation. Edwards' guitar evocatively jangles into the night with a sinewy flow as a world-weary resonance fills his voice. With a dynamic and overwhelming performance, a Woven Hand opened the night with a powerful statement of purpose. Finding heaviness in more archaic forms of American music, David Eugene Edwards and Orty Garrison present the Pittsburgh audience with a unique sonic vista that revels in dust, rust, and gothic tendencies. Woven Hands showcase an intriguing and powerful presentation that demands attention from this distinct and haunting band. With Sleep in Stasis and Matt Pike brutalizing the world with High on Fire, fellow stoner doomlord Al Cisneros has re-engaged with the atavistic heaviness of Ohm. Traversing the sonic plane at a meditative gait, the celestial bass and dulcet intonations from Brother Cisneros shepherd the songs through deep and resonant spaces. Reconfigured as a three-piece ensemble, Ohm has expanded beyond their minimalist drum and bass origins to further define the interstices in their metaphysical sound. Joined by Emil Amos on drums and multi-instrumentalist Tyler Trotter on keyboard and moog, Ohm arrive in the Steel City on March 8, 2020 for an introspective night of reflective doom. From the moment they take the Spirit Hall stage, Ohm prepares the Pittsburgh audience for a journey through their unique meditative headspace. Beginning with the song Geth Semaine, undulating synth rises from the recesses as Amos's drum work strolls into motion. Cisneros' voice moves at a confident, methodical pace to open the show on this 2012 track. Also from 2012's Advaitic songs, State of No Return settles on a slow and measured bearing before settling into a roiling pace for the duration. This exceptional sonic meditation ends with a striking moog exposition from Tyler Trotter. A brief introduction follows from Brother Cisneros before Trotter opens Sinai with a darkened moog shadow. Completing a triplet of songs from Advaitic songs, Sinai builds in intensity with brief vocal introspection rising to the fore from Al. Sibling songs from 2009's God is Good, Cremation Got 1 and Cremation Got 2 follow Sinai's rumination. Gently melodic vocal work and sublimely nimble bass work wind through Cremation Got 1 before a hazy electronic dissonance takes over to open Cremation Got 2, with the song's sparse atmospherics accentuated by ascendant moog work from Brother Trotter. Pushing forward from the stage, Ohm reflect on a theme as the infectious repetition cycles slower and slower to bring the Cremation Got duo to a close. Meditation is the practice of death opens with an austere bass pulse. Amos's drums move at a controlled pace, and wind-swept moog from Tyler work to further the restrained ambience on this 2009 aural tapestry. Light and shade lace throughout this refined number. Emerging from the between-song electric haze, another 2009 track, Thebes, opens with a practice lesson in bass subtlety from Brother Cisneros. A hushed energy works behind the rumble as Al's unforced vocals flow, melding with traces of Tyler's mood work. Gaining a slight boost from Amel's slide drum work, Thebes winds to an understated close. Turning to 2008's Pilgrimage album, Ohm closes the show with the constrained urgency of Bhima's theme. With a hefty benevolence, Bhima's theme pushes forward at a roiling pace. Dominant bass rises up as a brief intonation from Brother Cisneros ushers the band into the song's finality. Closing with a final, overpowering moment of droning doom, the members of the band prepare to take their leave. Thanking the crowd, the triumphant triumvirate of Meditative Doom graciously thanks the approving Pittsburgh audience before leaving the stage. Deep and resonant, Ohm overwhelms the assembled crowd with an impactful performance of crushing intensity. Running at an intentional mantra pace, the heady musical exploration on display offers a soulful heaviness that few bands can match. Supplying an eloquently subtle, melodic conveyance, Al Cisneros' low-end string work and illustrative synth runs from Tyler Trotter fill the Spirit Hall like an etheric current. Emil Amos solidifies the sound with his methodical rhythmic walk, while Brother Cisneros intones the ritual with potent droning intent. With overwhelming conviction, Ohm pour themselves into an evocative set of enthralling doom expansion, delivering an amazing night of thoughtful heaviness and soothing oral contemplation to an appreciative Pittsburgh audience.